Hello everyone, this is Ross with Market Traders Daily, and this is today's video analysis for June 22nd, 2020. Today we're taking a look at the GBPUSD, Great British Pound, versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. As we look here at the daily time frame, we're actually looking at two different charts. The left-hand side is the pound dollar. The right hand side is the US dollar index, and the US dollar index has been pressuring higher, as you can see along the blue trend line. We've been studying this inverted head and shoulders pattern that developed down here where the three black boxes, the double black lines showing the short shoulder level. It's been rising ever since creating that reversal pattern and a higher low and a higher high. So with that gives us some expectation that we'd be looking to go short and sell the GBPUSD pound dollar, because whatever the dollar does, that gives you an expectation of the opposite reaction on the pound dollar. If the dollar's going up, then we look for a fall for the pound dollar, and vice versa. If the dollar goes down, we look for a rise. So a great example of that is what's happening on the current daily candle. You can see the current daily candle on the dollar pulling back, going down a bit back to the 97.3025 level, and you can see the rise on the current daily candle for the pound dollar back to the 124.1030 level. Let's specifically talk about some of these levels. Blue zone, again, 124.10, 124.30 on the pound dollar is our closest resistance. The closest support is 123.75.55. The yellow shaded area might be a tad lower. We'll look at that later on in the trade room, maybe 5 pips lower, if anything, but definitely watching that yellow zone as support, blue zone as resistance. On the right hand side, the US dollar, I'm very interested in the 97.3025 level. We talked about it last week in the live trade room. It happens to be the 382 Fibonacci retracement level of the previous downtrend, or the red trend line on the left. So taking Fibonacci of the red trend line high to low, we'll zoom out in the trade room and look at that later. The 382 sitting right here at the orange zone. So that is our support. Happens to be right at, again, the blue trend line, which of course 382 and the blue trend line gives us an expectation of support in the direction of the trend, and therefore we'd look for resistance for the pound dollar. So if we find support at the USD at the orange zone and goes back up for the dollar, and the pound dollar finds resistance, blue zone, or maybe even the orange zone, we'd look for it to go down. So selling rallies to resistance becomes our expectation with the direction of the trend. Could be the blue zone, maybe the orange zone, but we're looking for those opportunities for being short and selling. Let's take Fibonacci high to low here on the pound dollar. GBPUSD puts the 236 right here just above the blue zone. 382 a little bit higher actually into the green zone. That's the high to low. You could probably take Fibonacci from this spike high here to the low too. That's going to get that 382 a bit closer to the current market. So some very interesting things with Fibonacci, but I think mostly I am looking at that orange zone on the right where the 382 is, and the blue zone at the current moment for the pound dollar. We take it down to the let's zoom into the pound dollar, take it down to the 4-hour time frame. Look at what's happening here. We see that resistance already happening at the blue shaded area. You know, if we just take that trend line a little bit, let's just the red trend line and move it up a bit. Let's just move it like this, where it touches that high there at the green zone. That actually puts the trend line a little closer to the green zone, the 382 at 125.17 area. So that would be an interesting area to consider as a short for the pound dollar. May not make it up there. We'll just have to consider that blue zone as well. Buyers, I think you're very cautious right now if you're looking to buy. Let's take it a little shorter trend line. Let's do this like this. That's interesting as well, isn't it? Taking a trend line of that little short leg of the trend, this high to this high, now touching the current high. So it's really evident to me that I'm not really looking to buy quite yet. Maybe a break of the blue zone, we buy to the orange zone or the green zone. That might be your intraday opportunity to buy against the trend, but I think focus on looking for the short, either the blue zone, the orange zone, maybe even the green zone over the next couple of days. Those become our opportunities to be short for the pound dollar in the direction of the trend.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.